Welcome to Housing Developments.
I'm Jim Tobin.
And I'm Paul Lopez.
Hey, Paul.
Hey.
Yeah, look at the airy set today.
I know, usually when we're off-site, we're like in a different city, but we are still here in Washington, D.C.
That's right. For our spring legislative meeting our spring leadership meeting and legislative conference.
I know, right? Yeah. Exciting.
It's hard to be here.
Even more exciting?
Yes.
We got a guest, our friend of the pod.
An FOP.
Friend of the pod, yeah.
David Price, remodeler from the great state of North Carolina.
That's right, yeah.
Welcome.
Welcome, David.
Well, thank you guys.
Happy to have you
Glad
back here. Yeah, it's awesome.
Great to be
and
back.
we're commenting on you on your American flag shirt, America's 250. Big fight on Sunday night for the president's birthday and the celebration.
Traffic's going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be just fine. Yeah, it's going to be just fine. Just stay away from the White House to be all set, which is a general good rule of thumb in D.C. anyway.
Yeah,
stay away from the White House.
That's right. Yeah. So normally when we talk about this, we're talking kind of in an abstract in terms of what we at NAHB are doing. So, Dave, you're here to kind of give us the member perspective, right? Which is fantastic.
Yeah. I've been here since Tuesday, and
long week.
We've enjoyed it so far. Got on the Hill yesterday, went back over today to see Senator Budd. We had a great time so far.
Yeah, excellent. Awesome. So right now we have we got more than 1,000, about
1,100. Yeah, 1,100
builders and remodelers and other business builders, professionals coming in. So let's talk about yesterday, right? So how did your meetings go?
They went great. We started on the Hill probably about 8:30. Yeah. And I think we met with 6 different people yesterday, which was good because a couple years ago we came up here and I don't think we met with too many.
Yeah, I know North Carolina gets frustrated when they don't take the time.
Yeah, but we did meet with quite a few and then went back over to see the senator today. So that was fantastic.
Yeah.
What was the vibe in those meetings? I mean, were they receptive? I mean, it seems like what we're hearing is that for the most part, our members are loved up on the Hill.
Well, housing is front and center, right? And we all 3 levels of government, but certainly there's a big housing bill moving through Congress, right? The White House has got a couple executive orders early this spring that are starting to kind of bear fruit. So, just kind of what was the feeling from those lawmakers about home building, the industry, NHB's members? What would you tell us what you're feeling?
I really feel like nowadays we kind of have a couple of the hot button issues anyway, right? We have affordable housing, obviously, and then we have workforce development, and both of those are kind of buzzing right now. So when you could talk about those, we got quite the bit of reception from them and from both sides really of the aisle. Then you get into some of the other things we were talking about, like immigration and things like that, and of course you're kind of one way and the other a little bit there.
A little more hot button issue than just housing. Everybody loves housing, but so in North Carolina, what are the largest state association in the federation, obviously one of the hottest states for marketplace usually, right? Never gets too high, never gets too low. It's a great, obviously great area. You're a remodeler.
I am.
Talk about, we always think of the big metros in North Carolina just driving new home construction, but you're in this particular section of the industry, one that is growing, number one. Number two is going to lead the way when it comes to housing. Talk a little bit about, does remodeling come up in these meetings, and how do you frame remodeling when you're up on Capitol Hill?
Well, I think that remodeling comes up a little bit in these meetings, right? But we're really talking right now about affordable housing. Okay. Yeah. But when you're a remodeler, you got to think about these UDOs that are coming out, right? And it may be intended for a 4 houses or 4 lots in a 1,000-lot subdivision that may trickle all the way down to you not being able to put an addition on your home.
Really?
Right? So if you're getting into in certain municipalities in North Carolina, it's like hazardous flood soils or something like that, makes sense. And maybe that UDO was intended, like I said, for a couple lots in a big development that could potentially flood. But if there's a little blue line on your property, that permit may take me 6 months or so to try to acquire. So trying to have some of that conversation and making sure as we're looking at the bigger picture, we're also looking at things that maybe could trickle down and affect us at the remodeling side of things.
Yeah, that's a great connection, right? We think so much of permitting and delays with new construction, right? But like you said, with remodeling coming on, and and over the next 10 years, it's going to outpace single-family construction, right? And so that's a really good reminder that the issues are so similar, that they they are connected in so many different ways.
Yeah, and it's been great in North Carolina. I mean, we have a lot of people moving into the state. And then when you move somewhere, you want to be in the best locations, right? Best school districts, these types of things. So there's a lot of houses that need work.
That's right.
You know, there may be 1980 something finishes, and
Right.
you want to live in 2026.
That's right.
So,
That's right. Well, and you also, we're talking about North Carolina leading the way in a variety of categories, but workforce development too. I mean, you all have the trucks, right? Remind me the name of the
Be Pro, Be Proud.
Be Pro, Be
Yep.
Proud.
We have
and
two tractor trailers going across the state.
That's so awesome.
Zigzagging each other and going to every middle school and high school.
That's fantastic.
And that program's been amazing. And we're starting to get a lot more students signed up for that. So let's say we've seen 100,000 students, we get about a 10% sign up. So, you know, you're signing up 10,000 students who may end up in trades. And I mean, what's better than that, right?
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah, especially
I guess 10,001, but
yeah, right.
Oh, yeah, 2001 would be slightly better.
Well played. I like that. Look at that. Yeah. No, but that's, I mean, it's such a huge cost center, but it's going to, labor is going to be the biggest drag on this industry over the next 10 years, right? And so it's just awesome what you're doing. I know the whole federal, Tim Minton, who runs the North Carolina State Association, I know just, leads the way, and all you got great local associations, but just North Carolina's just doing it right.
And Paul and Raleigh Wake have started a new program last year. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but we actually are doing a county-wide student chapter for NAHB.
Really?
So it's every student in high school, whether it's public school, private school, charter school, or homeschooled, can join our student chapter.
Neat.
And funny enough, last year we started it in October, was kind of our kickoff, and we had enough kids and we actually entered in Orlando for the competition.
Really?
And these guys won the competition first year in.
No way. That's amazing.
To help with some of our workforce development committee folks. We're helping them out and stuff like that. So, but we're trying a pilot program, and I'm hoping if it works there, others here will hear about it when we have conversations about workforce and stuff like that. And maybe that's a way that we can do it nationally.
Scale it, right?
Yeah, scale it, exactly.
That's awesome.
Wonderful. That's great.
So let's talk on some of the issues that you guys hit on the Hill and we've been tackling here for a while.
Sure.
Apparently we're still on the 21st century road to housing.
We are.
Right?
We're still on the road.
We're still on the road.
Sadly.
The House has done their part. Right.
Well, the Senate's done their part too. House has done their part
a little more.
Yeah, right. It's I mean the bill is close. I would like to say we're on the 2-yard line. We are very, very close. The White House, they've endorsed the Senate package. Then once the House modified that the president endorsed the House package, which got 394 votes or something like that. Yeah. And now it's just sitting over the Senate. We were talking to lawmakers and getting feedback from our members around the Hill yesterday that they sense that it is close to, that some of the largest, we've been working on that build to rent
Absolutely.
piece. That was a real consternation over the last couple of months.
Yeah.
It seems like that may have been decided in the sense that everybody gets it. Like we want to make sure we're not holding back supply.
Yeah.
Now there's some other things we'll work on, but it seems like momentum is building. Everybody wants a win here. As Kent Wingard, our chief advocacy officer, says, like, hey, take the win. Like everybody take the win. And having 1,100 members up there on Capitol Hill over the last couple days, it makes a huge difference to deliver that message. Get it done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wouldn't it be nice to see both sides of the aisle high five each other?
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it got 89 votes in the Senate, almost 400 votes in. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's bipartisan as you can get right now.
Right.
I mean, truly.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Now they just need to get out of each other's way, right?
Exactly.
That's. But anyway, but it sounds like we're close, and everybody knows what a lead role NHB has played in that legislation, not only from development, but also these kind of negotiations back and forth and setting the tone. So having you up here, it's completely timely. So it's awesome.
Well, I mean, so French Hill, right, from Arkansas.
That's right.
Who is
chairman of the
House Financial Service Committee chairman. Yep. I mean, let's pat ourselves on the back a little bit here. He was here. Kind of, let us off.
Morning.
How many times? I counted at least 3 times where he said, "This was because of NHB. I wouldn't have done this without, if it wasn't for NHB." Yeah. I mean, you and I were sitting next to each other, and we're all like, "God, I wish we could be recording this," Yeah. But I mean, it really makes you feel proud about what we're able to accomplish, right?
Yeah, and it's not not just NHB, right? It's the members he knew at home. He talked about he's a community banker by trade, now a member of Congress.
Yep.
And he knows what it's like to lend to our members and our builders back home in Arkansas. Right. That's the connection. Yeah. Yes, we can be the voice, but it's really those personal connections. We had Lee Zeldin, EPA administrator, spoke to us this morning, and he talked about being a member of Congress from Long Island, and Libby, our great local association on Long Island,
Yeah, that's where it
you know,
happens.
supported him. He remembers all those builders showing up to those meetings. Like what a great grassroots organization we are.
Yeah, and in your state, I mean, that's trifold, right? I mean, you guys have so much influence and so much, connection with your congressman.
We do. We were actually up there last month, and went and talked to all of our people in North Carolina last month. We have our own kind of LegCon, if you will, and had a really good time. We actually had Don Dabbert up there.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
and got to interview him and gave him our endorsement. So
excellent.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was really, really, really fun week. And but we do have quite a bit of carry because of, I mean, we're I think the third largest lobbying group in North Carolina or something like that.
And the most influential, if I don't mind
Easily
bragging.
easily the most.
Oh yeah, no,
influential.
Tim and I, they'll send an article about how the big bad home builders. I'm like, yeah, just got to keep flexing. Right? I love those stories. I love when our adversaries complain that we're too effective.
Right.
Yes, please.
We'll take that.
Go on.
We do have some negative stories from time to time.
Of course, yeah, but they're all about how powerful you are. Far be it from anybody to stand up for North Carolina home builders and renters and homeowners. Far be it from us to be that voice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about permitting, because that's huge, especially in your neck of the woods. That was a big issue, right? Clean water was something that we talked about. The gas ban was another. I mean, well received, if you guys spoke to it. I don't know if you guys even reached that far, but.
Yeah, I think it was well received. I think most people understand that we need to get more houses built, right?
Yeah.
And that's going to require less time getting permits, right? For me, it's like, what do builders do? Builders build houses. Builders don't do paperwork. We don't do all this other stuff, right? So if it takes us 3 months to get a permit on a house, we're losing money.
Yeah.
And where's that money going to go? But into the price of a house, right?
Absolutely, right.
So if we could get those quicker and could actually get to where we're putting foundations in the ground and building up off of those, then we will actually be able to bring some of the cost out of it. And that's some of that regulatory cost that 2-3 years ago, we're up here talking about 24% of a house, and now we're talking 27%.
That's right. A 40% increase in regulatory costs on a home now.
In raw dollars, like $190,000, something like that, right?
It was $94,000 at the last study 5 years ago. Now it's almost $140,000.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, 3% increase in 2 or 3 years since we came up here and we're having the same conversations.
Absolutely.
And yet we're going the wrong direction. Something's going to have to give.
Something's got to give.
And again, we always have to do this caveat. We're not against regulation. We're for common sense regulation.
For common sense,
Some of the stuff that is thrown out there is crazy, right?
Correct.
So that's because we're always deemed as like, oh, we're against regulation. No. We want to build safe, affordable homes, but we have to follow the rules. Let's not go to crazy town though either, right?
Let's be honest though. I mean, what builder's not going to try to build a safe house, right?
It's a reputation, right?
Exactly. We all have a reputation.
Yeah.
Fortunately, we have a very good one as a remodeler, and so we're actually very fortunate and flush, and
Absolutely.
that's what should happen, right? If you build a good home or build a good addition on a home or whatever, then other people will find out and they'll come to you.
Absolutely. That's right. So what's next? We're going to finish off the week, right? We're going to do the business of NAHB.
Yeah,
we're doing the business up on the hill.
Yeah.
What's next?
Yeah. So, you mean from the meeting perspective, or just where we're headed? Well,
Into the summer and everything else.
Well, I mean, first and foremost, what we want to do is we want to get that bill. We talk about the 2-yard line. It's time to punch it in. So what we're going to do is keep working hard to bridge the gap between the House and the Senate and get a bill passed by both houses and get it to the president's desk. I don't want to wait till the fall. I want to do it now, right? We need to send a signal to the market. Still some turmoil out there. Inflation, unfortunately, has crept up again, right? We're still in war in the Middle East. Gas prices are high. Sure. We need to get past this. We need to get interest rates get lower. So we need to get. And I think one way to signal that is legislation on Capitol Hill to the president's desk. So that's going to be a short term. We've got to fund the government by the end of September, right? So we're going to be working on that. We don't want to go into default. We've got an election coming up. We'll set the direction of the country, at least from the legislative perspective, for the next couple of years. And then I just think in general, we're hopeful the economic indicators, I mentioned those just a minute ago, those continue to ease, right? So that we can kind of salvage the summer season and then into the fall season before we kind of turn into winter and gets a little tougher to build in some parts of the country. So that's what I think is going on. And I will say, just from an internal perspective in NAHB, we continue to talk to our members. We have the industry pulse check that's out there now, getting ready to wrap up. That's our way to listen to, ask our members what they want their national association to be, in the future, and then just continue to evolve as an association to make sure that the great members like David, we are serving what he needs out of this association. Right.
And we've been pushing that across the state, the pulse check, and I've filled out my survey, and this morning did a little interview up there to try to get others to do the same thing.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, so trying to maybe hopefully follow the leader. Let's get it going, guys, so that we can get as much feedback as possible and be as strong as possible moving forward.
Exactly. I mean, we talk all the time. Like, housing's having its moment. We want to keep that moment going.
Right.
But more importantly, we want to make sure that we are representing the industry as fully as we can.
Correct.
Attracting new members, importantly, retaining the members that we have. And then, of course, we have the great partnership with our local and state federation partners. Make sure that we're just continuing to carry and beat the drumbeat on housing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Anything specific from North Carolina that you want to share with us or wrap up? Or
Well, I think it helps us, right? I don't know what the other parts of the country are doing. You guys probably do, but North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, that's like a incredibly growing area. So it helps us in housing, remodeling, all these different sectors, the trades, everything. But the problem is when you're growing that fast, now we are having even more problems finding skilled workers to come in and help us, right? Sure. So you may be needing a plumber next week or 2 weeks from now. You call him and he's like, I'm a month out. And that'll affect your schedule, and it'll also, because you have overhead, you have all these things that are a daily spend, right? Weekly spend, monthly spend, whatever it may be in a business. And if that drags out, those costs go up. So I think right now for us, it's workforce development. If we could get more people in the workforce, we could lower some costs that
Reduce
way.
cycle times,
Correct,
right? The cost of labor. Yep.
If you're my plumber, right, and I call you, and you've got a year and a half's worth of work on your plate, and I'm trying to put another pork chop on your plate, right, with another project, are you going to give me your best price? Or are you going to give me let me add an accessory to my boat price, right?
Right. Yeah. Right.
And so that also affects the cost of housing. And that's something we're seeing fairly regularly right now is I've got to get 3 or 4 bids from plumbers, electricians, painters, framers, drywallers, everyone down the line, just to make sure, okay, is this number missing something? Yeah. Is this number a boat number like I just talked about? And is somewhere in between correct?
Right. Interesting.
Where before I could just call my guys and know that okay, these are the guys I use, so they're going to give me a good price. Yep. Nowadays, you don't know that. So
2 things before we sign off.
Sure.
One, I want to flex a little bit, and I know you want to do a shout out to advocacy. And we had Steve Scalise here.
We had Steve Scalise kicked off our legislative conference on Tuesday night.
Who just happens to be the House Majority Leader, right?
House Majority Leader, and I believe he's the captain of the congressional baseball team. He showed up early because he was on his way to practice before the game last night.
So the champ was here.
The champ was here. That's right. They trounced the Republicans. They
trounced him, right?
Trounced him, 11-2 or something.
Yeah, crazy. French Hill. We talked to him about already, House Financial Services, right? We had Senate Majority Whip Barrasso.
That's right.
Right? We had Escobar, right, from Texas.
Yes.
We had Langworthy from New York.
Yes.
Okay. That was just day one, essentially, right? Today,
that's right.
Bill Pulte, Scott Turner, Kelly Loeffler, Lee Zeldin, and 2 ICE officials, right? All basically part of the Trump administration cabinet, right? Yep.
How could you be a member and not be here?
Exactly. Right?
That's amazing.
How can you not be proud of what we do?
Yeah, that's what we do. I mean, the administration understands, and several of the cabinet officials said today, right? President Trump is a builder at heart.
Right.
Understands this industry, understands this constituency, and he sent his cabinet out to talk directly to 1,000 members today about what they are doing for housing. But more importantly, what did Lee Zeldin say? He said, I don't want your top 3 ideas. I want your top 60 ideas. And if I can save you $10, I want to know that. I'm happy to save you thousands, hundreds of thousands of millions, but we want to know what we can do. And that's a really important message. There's a friend in this administration, and that they're willing to listen to us because they understand how important housing is. And many of them through the course of this morning said, we want to make sure we're letting builders build.
Yes, absolutely. And then final thing, we've already talked a little bit about it, Blueprint to 100. Right,
to 100.
the industry pulse check.
Yep.
If you are listening or watching this before June 15th, please get onto blueprint.nhb.org. David's already done it.
Yes, sir.
Right. Fantastic. Because we want to hear from what people think about it.
Yeah, we want to hear from members, non-members. We want to hear what we want to represent the entire industry. I firmly believe that NAHB does, but more importantly, should represent every corner of the building community when it comes to residential construction, even light commercial. We'll do that too, right? And all of not only the people that are swinging hammers, not only the people like David, but we're talking about all of the banks and the lumber yards and all of the parts that feed those members. Everything we want to represent them well at NAHB and the entire federation.
Who, by the way, every single one you just talked about is here.
That's right. That's right.
Every single part of our industry is here.
It's represented.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think that speaks to our power. We were, like you said, a little bit of a flex. I mean, they got to hear right from the administration, not us interpreting them, not bragging about they heard from officials. They were asked questions directly. I talked to one member who was in with the EPA folks to talk about, in the Army Corps of Engineers, talk about permitting and the Clean Water Act. Incredibly important for land development and home building. Asking direct questions. That's the kind of access you get when you not only are a member of NHB, but when you actually participate.
Correct.
Right. And we want to keep it going. That's why you have to go to blueprint.nhb.org.
You got it.
David Price, thank you for being here.
Thanks, David.
My pleasure, guys. Always a pleasure.
Love having the friend of the pod.
That's right, friend of the pod.
All right.
A two-time guest. We should get like, remember the Saturday Night Live sketch with the 5-time host of Five-Timers
like a
Club?
jacket.
You get a jacket.
Well, last time I brought you a hat, and I didn't do it again this time. I'm sorry, guys.
That's okay. I like the shirt, though.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
That's it.
I think so. All right. Well, until next time, David, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
I'm Jim Tobin.
I'm Paul Lopez.
See you.
Bye.